again ran his mouth and did something positive with promoting the Suicide Prevention Lifeline. So,
yeah,
good for, I'm not going to say good for him, but good for the Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
Yeah, good for NWA, I guess.
MLW and AAA.
Do you think he was just making up for that when he praised Cody's promo? Like, this will make it all right in the wrestling world.
No, I don't think he gives a shit about anybody, honestly.
No. You don't think it's just a gimmick?
No, you've not seen the fucking video where he goes to the drive-thru?
Yeah, he was on tape and he knew it.
No, he didn't know it. That was Chris Jericho filming him without him knowing.
And he didn't see Chris Jericho holding his phone up the whole time.
This was before there was even a fucking phone. It was a camera. I think he
cries a lot in his personal life, to be completely honest.
All right, well, MLW and AAA have begun a new alliance, Paystee. A vignette aired during Saturday Night SuperFight pay-per-view where AAA was referred to as Mexico's most popular promotion, which it is, for Lucha Libre. Crossovers, surprises, super shows, and more are apparently in the works at this time. As many may know, MLW has a partnership with The Crash in Europe, and AAA has a partnership with AEW in America.
Jericho Cruise 3,
baby! Shared between MLW and AEW as well, such as Jimmy Havoc and MJF. There's yet to be an announcement on how the new partnership will affect other existing partnerships, but MLW now has international partnerships with AAA in Mexico, The Crash in Europe, and Noah of Japan.
Them some good ties to have.
I think that's the right move to make. They're really building their global brand.
And can you imagine those super shows? Holy fuck. Whew. But that's not all. Fat Mack Combate America's events in 2020 will air the exclusive...
Combate or combat?
Then he erased the E.
Is it Combate or is it combat?
It's Combat America's events in 2020 will air the exclusive English language feed live on Access TV in the United States, on the Fight Network in Canada as well. Combat America's CEO, Campbell McLaren. Why does he have two last names? I don't get it.
We don't even know.
And Angela's press events.
Angela? Who the fuck is Angela?
I don't know. Included Tito Ortiz, Alberto El Patron Rodriguez.
No, Paystee. Let me tell you something. Combat America's CEO Campbell McLaren and Anthem's chief corporate officer
Ed Nordholm announced landmark agreement at a special Los Angeles press event that included Tito Ortiz, Alberto El Patron Rodriguez, Kate Del Castillo, and Combat America's world champion Rafa Gifted Garcia.
Oh, he's gifted as shit.
Yes.
I once seen him get a fucking box with 2 layers of wrapping paper, a bow, and a tag that said to and from.
What's more than that, I heard that Joey Ryan gifted him a dick in a box. It's my dick in a box. Yay. Access majority owner is Anthem Sports, which owns Impact Wrestling and continues to grow its presence in the world of combat sports, which is a much better term than sports entertainment, as Access also airs WOW and
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
It just says WOW and
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
They air them both. They air both Women of Wrestling and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
It just says Access also airs WOW.
Pretty sure they air them both. I'm pretty sure they air them both.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a fucked of a fucking story. So let's just move on. ECW Press will be publishing Blood and Fire, the unbelievable true story of wrestling original Sheik. This book is going to tell the tale of the life of Ed Farhat, who was a massive international star, promoter, and trainer. The book is currently being targeted for a 2021 release, being written by Brian Solomon, who in the past has worked for WWE and has published a number of very good books on professional wrestling.
Nice.
Excuse me. Not to be confused with WWE Hall of Famer, the Iron Sheik. Farhat debuted in 1949.
Well, there's a reason the Iron Sheik had to add iron to his name.
Of course, he was the Iron Age. But the original Sheik was the centerpiece of big-time wrestling in Michigan as one of the all-time greatest villains in professional wrestling history.
Even better than Marty
He retired
Scurll.
in 1998 and passed away in 2003 at the age of 76. He worked all over the world, from All Japan Pro Wrestling and FMW in Japan to Europe to every major territory and promotion you could name in the United States. He was secretly the promoter of big-time wrestling in Michigan and maintained kayfabe to the strictest degree imaginable at the time, which means he would never break character around normal people.
All of the
He was the trainer of his nephew Sabu and Rob Van Dam, among others. Solomon is currently in the middle of interviews for this book. That should be an amazing read.
Yes, that's fantastic. Hey, speaking of books, Fat Mack, we went to the thrift store this week, and for the low price of $1.80, I picked up a book I read back in middle school. Mankind's Have a Nice Day, A Tale of Blood and Sweat Socks.
Such a great book.
God, now I need to get the Rocks book, and I'll be so happy. I'm sure there's others that I could add to the collection, too, but those are the ones I read back in the day.
I think you're happy.
I am happy. Yes. And WWE Network's official Twitter confirmed starting January 2020, about the same time that we all stopped subscribing to the WWE Network, they will be increasing their flat rate from $9.99 to $12.99. A move that's only been met by companies such as Netflix, who appears to be going under as of next Tuesday, when my family starts to love Disney Plus even more. Still no weird word on when or where or how or why the tiered system will take offense and effect. And I shed a tear for the $9.99 low price of the WWE Network.
With that being said, Paystee, we're going to bust out some comings and goings. First of all, I want to say that Randy Orton confirmed he has signed on with WWE for 5 more years, in chagrin to every pro wrestling
God,
fans.
The man is the best in the business at what he does, is he not? It should come as no surprise anymore that he always pulls this shit to get a bigger pay cut on the next contract signing.
He is the best in the business at collecting a paycheck. Yes, he is.
Chris Jericho appeared by way of video at New Japan Pro Wrestling Power Struggle to challenge Hiroshi Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom 14 on January 5th. Jericho said, "Tanahashi, you see what I did to your people. Now wait and see what I do to you." January 5th at the Tokyo Dome. The Painmaker versus the Ace. It's going to be a classic match, and it's also going to be your last match, Tana. Tanahashi accepted after the video played.
So we have to address the elephant in the room here.
Yes, I love to undress elephants.
Yes. Everything stated here says January 5th, and we all know that the Tokyo Dome show / Wrestle Kingdom is always January 4th. This, folks, is the first time ever that the Tokyo Dome show is going to be January 4th and January 5th.
Ooh.
So good for New Japan to have a double date set. And fuck New Japan for making people like me have to search all over to figure out what the fuck is going on, because I didn't think 5th was right.
God, that's going to be a good 12 hours of wrestling that weekend, I tell you what.
Too right it is. But Paystee, let me tell you this. Former ECW, WCW, and WWE star Lance Storm revealed on Twitter that he will be going to work for WWE as a producer at least once his Storm Wrestling Academy in Calgary, Alberta, Canada is fully closed. Storm has actually trained, folks, listen to this, 100 wrestlers, more than 100 wrestlers, or almost 100 wrestlers. And I think you might recognize a few of them. Chelsea Green, Dolph Ziggler, Taya Valkyrie, Tyler Breeze, Mickey James, Cheeseburger, Peyton Royce, and so many more.
Man, all those people have had such a fair shake in WWE. I am
course
expecting great things out of Lance Storm on production.
That's a valid point, Paystee. That is a valid point. I'll give you that one.
It just goes to show how much they
They're all
value him
amazing
already.
talent.
You go ahead and close down that shitty
talent,
school
but
that puts out our lower talent people, and you can come work for us, where we won't use your ideas anyway, and you'll be relegated to keeping time between matches.
Well, what about 4 talents that are extremely talented who actually have signed on to WWE?
Oh, I know all about that, Fat Mack. Because it was really originally announced on Tuesday that Scarlett Bordeaux, Shotzi Blackheart, Indy Hartwell, and referee Stephon Smith have all reported to the WWE Performance Center in Orlando to begin working with the company. We have initially reported on the speculation of these 4 talents joining the E in this podcast, but guess what? It's official.
Of course.
And you won't see them on NXT unless they get drafted there, because it's not developmental no more.
I'm excited for Scarlett Bordeaux and Shotzi Blackheart.
Bordeaux's definitely going to the main roster. Blackheart's probably going to the main roster.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with all of these individuals.
Yes.
But one more individual that WWE has hired, Paystee, is Christopher Guy, a.k.a. Ace Steel.
That's my guy.
As a new WWE Performance Center coach, he has been hired, at least according to PW Insider. Ace has wrestled in Ring of Honor, Impact, World League Wrestling, and Rocky Mountain Pro. Christopher Guy was also the trainer of both CM Punk and Colt Cabana, and has actually had a few stints in WWE.
Eminent return
one in 2007,
confirmed.
where he portrayed Donald Trump on an episode of Raw. So that's pretty interesting.
Yes, and I've also heard he's Matt Riddle's guy, bro. And he hooks him up with the stuff that kicks your sandals off your feet.
Yeah.
Don't kick your sandals off your feet too hard, though, because you could get a shin splint. And that brings us to this week's injury report, where WWE revealed during an NXT storyline with Matt Riddle that Adam Cole had his right arm fracture after Matt Riddle kicked off his sandals too hard. He was fractured in their NXT injury report.